Yo, what's going on, man? Today is October the 27th, 2023. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter right now, also live on YouTube as well. Definitely hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the show if you guys can as well. Turn the notification bell on, even though I'm going to try to go live at a consistent time of 5 p.m. Eastern time every single day, except on the weekends. Weekends, it'll be earlier shows if I do them at all. But to start the season, man, I got to dig in. So I'll definitely be doing a show tomorrow. Just stay tuned. Like I said, turn the notification bell on so you guys do know when I go live. I got a couple of looks that I like today. I didn't really get a chance, in all transparency, to break the card down as deeply as I wanted to. Just got a lot of stuff going on in life right now. So the looks that I did play, absolutely love them, every single one of them. And I'm excited to kind of talk to you guys about what I'm looking at in the NBA today, man. So real quick, as always, like I said, hit the like button for me if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you guys can as well. And turn the notification bell on so you guys know when I go live. Yesterday we did go 2-1. If you tell my official plays, I talked about Kelly Oubre. I talked about Maxey and really liking Maxey a lot. I gave his points prop out actually 2 days ago when it was 21.5, but we cashed 22.5 yesterday as well. Just ample opportunity, especially without James Harden being there. He looked assertive. He looked aggressive, and he didn't even start the game off well. So really like that spot for Maxey. I think we're going to be able to attack the Bucks at the guard position, opposing guards, typically all season. Another thing that I didn't talk about yesterday, but actually just got so much going through my mind, I actually forgot to write this down. But I think when you look at the Bucks real quick, and I know I'm kind of breaking this off into the intro, into the recap, but when you look at the Bucks, I think we got to start looking at Dame points. If Dame comes out, if he comes out lackluster in the first half because he's trying to get everybody else involved, he is the closer on that team. We saw what he was able to do in the second half. So, Dame starts the game slow and it's a close game. It's predicted to be a competitive game with a small point spread. We got to absolutely look at Dame points live because he is probably going to take over in the fourth quarter. And that's what Giannis needs. Chris Middleton didn't look like himself 100% yet. So, that's what they need. They need a shot maker, a shot creator. So definitely going to be looking at Dame points live, specifically probably after halftime, especially if he comes out and only has about 7-9 points, at halftime. So we'll get a much better number than 27.5, 28.5. He crushed that yesterday. So Maxey cash for us, the over cashed as well. It took late into the fourth quarter, but 227 cash. And then the Lakers, man, they just lay a dud. I'm off this team. They don't respect my coin. It is my team, and this is one of the reasons why I don't bet them. LeBron had to play the whole fourth quarter in order for this team to even squeak out a win last night. The role players looked absolutely atrocious last night. So shout out to AD, shout out to LeBron, because nobody else really did much at all. And the Lakers took my money last night the Suns took my money last night first half. The Suns actually play hard. They got a lot of role players that play really, really hard, specifically on the defensive end. So 2-1, we was up a unit and some change yesterday after all said and done. Really kicked myself yesterday for not playing Oubre. I talked about how much I liked his points. Wanted to wait till he got back to Philly, but it is what it is. Let's keep going. Before we get into the show, man, I'm always staring at the screen, so I do want to shout out OzJam real quick. If you guys sign up, it's 25% off your first month using code CBC. You just always get the best line. Immediately, earlier I saw Cam Johnson was listed as, he got downgraded to questionable for tonight's game in Dallas. Immediately, I go to, I just go on the OzJam live screen. I go, I can sort by points. I can sort by game. And I can go find, see if any book has Cam Thomas listed. He was actually listed at 14.5 earlier. And now that line is up to 16.5. Bet Rivers actually had him listed at 14.5 with no juice, minus 114. I log on and it's not available in my state, at least for Cam Thomas to score 15 points. So I couldn't take the line. He's up to 16.5 right now. I think that's a great line for Cam Thomas. I didn't play it just because it's only available on PointsBet. And they got my account locked right now. And FanDuel actually got it available, 16.5. So it's just like different things like that where you can automatically find something that you're really, really loving instantly, right? You always can find a line. And that's why I like the Sportsbook screen page over at OzJam. So real quick shout out to them. Always got to do the promo because they help me out pretty much more than any website, any other different software or platform that I use. So let's get into the games for today, man. I'm only going to go over a couple games, give you guys a couple plays that I like and give you guys my analysis on those plays. And then I'll open it up to everybody else. There's a lot of games today, so I'll keep my analysis short. And I'll jump right into it so we can get up as many people as possible. The show will only be an hour today. So we'll jump off probably about 6 o'clock because I got a whole lot of other stuff I got to do today as well. So let's jump right into it, man. First game up. This was the first game I jumped into. It was the Pistons, and the Pistons are traveling to Charlotte to take on the Hornets tonight. Not a lot of injury implications in this game. We do have the Hornets laying 4 points at the crib, which is kind of crazy to me that the Hornets are actually laying points. And granted, they got some scores. When you think about PJ Washington, you think about Terry Rozier. We know LaMelo can score the ball, but it's no way possible I'd be able to lay here with the Hornets. I did do some research, just some quick research. I wanted to see how the Hornets did last season when they were a favorite. And this was one of the reasons I really liked the under in this game. I didn't play it for full transparency, but the reason when the Hornets were home favorites, they actually went 4-5. They won 4 of those games straight up. They won 4 of the 9 games as well against the spread. So not a team that's reliable at home as a favorite. They did go 8-1 to the under though. So when they're supposed to score a lot of points, they typically don't. And it's one of the reasons why it kind of leads right into my play. So I did take Cade to go over his points and assists. 28.5 came out this morning. It was minus 140 juice. So I played the 29.5. Absolutely love this spot for Cade here tonight. I look at Charlotte. I don't see a lot of defenders over there, even though they are can somewhat be a sneaky good defensive team. They did go under and hold Atlanta to under their points in the first game. But you look at Cade, and I just got this written down in my notes. He had a 35% usage rate in game number 1 against the Miami Heat the other day. He took 27 shots to go with 9 assists in 36 minutes. He had 15 assist opportunities as well. And that was against a slow-paced Miami Heat team. We know Charlotte like to get up and down the floor. They like to run really fast. So I really love this spot for Cade. I think he's going to continue to have that same amount of usage. So give me Cade over 29.5 points plus assists tonight. I think he just, continues to dominate the ball. And I think he's going to have some success too. So I did play Cade. Also, same game. And this one might be slept on just a tad bit. Mark Williams. I kind of talked about him yesterday. And for everybody who sent me DM with their email address, I will be sharing that with you guys. I gotta figure out when I can do it, man. Life is just hectic right now. So looking at Mark Williams, at first, initially, I was looking at his points plus rebounds at 21.5, and I think he could absolutely get there. But then I saw the double-double was plus 130 on Bet365, plus 135 on FanDuel. So I ended up playing the double-double for Mark Williams tonight at plus 135. I just kind of talked about Charlotte being an under team at home when they're a favorite. They were 8-1 last season. And I just kind of went back and looked at Mark Williams, man. First and foremost, this dude what did I tell you guys? What did I just say he had? He had 26 rebound chances in game 1 when they were playing against the Atlanta Hawks, which was actually the second most in the league. So I love that. He had 15 rebounds in that game. You look at Detroit, while they do get Cade back, I do expect them to continue to struggle on the offensive end. They didn't score a lot of points against Miami. And they had the worst field goal percentage last season as well in the league, the 3rd worst offensive rating also. And I love that the minutes are super consistent for Mark Williams. They're not going to, like stray away from him too far. I think Clifford likes him a lot. He played 30 minutes in game 1. And if you just go back to last season, Mark Williams actually finished the season with 3 straight double-doubles, and he had double-double in 4 of his last 5. So getting that at plus 135, I absolutely love this spot for Mark Williams. I think that he, gets 10 points into rebounds tonight. So I did play him, and I played Cade in this Pistons versus Hornets game. I do lean towards the Pistons. I'm not laying points with the Hornets. The Pistons, to me, feel like they have a little bit more depth. And if they dropped the ball tonight and didn't win, it wouldn't really surprise me. I also just don't like laying points with teams that don't play a lot of defense. So I do lean Pistons plus the points, but didn't get there quite yet. Let me check the comment section real quick. I'm going to try to make sure I do a better job of that as I go along. And shout out to the members, man. Shout out to my guy, Mark, for joining. Noodles, the pasta. Appreciate you for joining as well. Socks and Sneaks, and Vernon Davis. My guy, Vernon, always in the chat, man. Appreciate you for being here. Appreciate y'all for joining. For anybody else that wants to join, the membership link is below if you are on YouTube. It's in the description. It's only $5.99 a month. If you sign up for $5.99, you do get access to all my plays. As soon as I play them, I typically send them out. Sometimes it's 1 play, sometimes it's 4 plays, whatever the case might be. Whatever I'm playing, I always give it to you guys. And so far, we're up on the season. We're just going to keep that going for sure. So shout out to the members, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. If you sign up for the $2.99, you're really just supporting the show. You're supporting the show, and I appreciate people for tuning in. You know, me taking my time. I really appreciate that as well. But that's the $2.99 membership. Sean said, what's good? What's going on? Let's cash today. Absolutely. Greg says, let's get some money, my peeps. Shout out to my guy, Greg. Solo says, what's good, Chris? Favorite play today, Derek Lively. Rebounds ladder. Let's get it. I saw my guy Jay Money was on Lively as well. I couldn't talk you off, especially with no Nick Claxton. We'll see how it goes. What's up to my guy Snag in the chat? Glow Boy, appreciate you being here. DeAndre, appreciate you being here as well. J Maul says he that Oubre lean cash yesterday. He absolutely cashed yesterday. What's up, Big Marv? Between KP and Oubre, we are really up, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. If you played the Oubre points yesterday, I know his threes was plus 650. I know a couple of people that played it. I'm glad you guys cashed it if you did. So yeah, I like it a lot. Snag got a parlay. He says defensive parlay. Cade over 2.5 turnovers. His 3 of 3 against the Hornets. Jared Jackson Jr. over 2.5 blocks. Hits 4 of 7 against Denver, and Brunson over a half a steal. So to get 1 steal for Brunson, 3 of 6 against the Atlanta Hawks. Okay. Leroy says he liked Rozier to get 5 assists and 5 rebounds. Durham versus Mark Williams is absolutely gonna be marvelous tonight. I got YouTube TV, and I can set it up so I can have 8 games on at the same time because I got 3 TVs downstairs in the man cave now. So it's going down, man. It's pretty cool over here, being able to watch the game on opening night. Just my head just kind of on a swivel, just looking every which way. So yeah, no Adams tonight. Jokic goes for 30. We're gonna talk about that game in a second. And appreciate the comments, David. Appreciate the comments for sure. All right, let's jump back into it. Let's jump right back into it. Try not to take too much time. Want to leave it kind of open for you guys to be able to share your looks as well. Let's go to the next game up. One of the other games I actually got a chance to really, do some digging into, and that's the Nuggets in the Grizzlies. So Nuggets and Grizzlies, this line actually has moved a lot now. I capped it this morning. I really didn't get a chance to dive into it. Typically, I like to dive into the games before, but Nuggets in the Grizzlies. So if you watch game number 1, the Nuggets got their rings and absolutely destroyed my Lakers, even though the Lakers did make a push in the second half. The Grizzlies did not look good. They lost to the Pelicans, and the Pelicans actually didn't look good in the preseason as well. I think this Grizzlies team it's going to take a little while for them to gel there without Ja Morant. You don't have your backup point guard that you used to have in Tyus Jones as well. And Jared Jackson Jr. is still, picking up 5 fouls in the matter of 5 minutes. So I don't like the spot for the Grizzlies tonight. Also, I did some digging in this game. Denver actually plays tomorrow. I'm sorry, Denver is more rested because, of course, they haven't played since the home opener. And the Grizzlies, they actually have a road game in Washington tomorrow. So I do think they'll take this game serious, and maybe they'll lay off the game for tomorrow. But typically, I like to fade the teams that's on the first leg of a back-to-back, especially if the team that your opponent has more rest than you before and more rest after. The Nuggets don't play tomorrow. So I think that's probably the reason why this line is moved. I want to say it opened at 3.5. It's up to 5.5 on most books now. Oh, and the total is 221. It's come all the way down from 225. And I do like the under. I didn't play the under because by the time I capped it, I had already lost 3 points of value. It was already at 222, and it's still going under now. So I'll give you guys a couple looks that I did play in this game. First of all, let's just talk about the total in case people do want to play it. I looked at a couple different things. So first thing was Memphis is 6-1 to the under is what they went last season when they were playing a home game on the first leg of a back-to-back. So you kind of got to save some. I talked about this a lot last year. You got to save some. You can't exert all your energy in one game. So they didn't score a lot of points. Also, you look at this team, they're not as deep as they were last season. Steven Adams is out for the season-ending knee surgery as well. Denver, 7-3 to the under as a road favorite of 3 points or less last season. So when Denver was going on the road and they were only supposed to win the game, pretty much close spread, they actually struggled to score in this spot as well. And if Memphis is going to have a chance, I don't think it's going to be because they score a bunch of points. Denver was one of the better defensive teams last season, and they still look like a really good defensive team to start this season against the Lakers as well. So I couldn't really get there. It's a lean for me towards the under in this game. What I did play, though, 2 plays I liked in this game. One, I'm still riding Michael Porter Jr. under his points. The line is still 15.5. Granted, he can play well, but I don't like that, like I said in game 1 when he went under, that, he didn't play any of the preseason. So if I can still get them to stay under 16 points, I do love that number. I think Memphis, because I think this game is going to go under, I think a lot of these players are going to go under their points prop as well. So I do like Michael Porter Jr. I did play him at minus 110 on BetMGM to stay under his 15.5 points. And then also, I played Jared Jackson Jr. under his 26.5 points plus rebounds. That line was a minus 110 on DraftKings. This has a little bit to do with him being in foul trouble, which, is always a potential. There's also a potential for a blowout here. You also got Denver just being a really good team against bigs. And there's some history that kind of backs that. You go back and look at Jared Jackson Jr. game log specifically against the Denver Nuggets. He struggled. 6 straight games he's gone under his 26.5 points plus rebounds. So I did play Jared Jackson Jr. to go under. They're also on the first leg of a back-to-back. They'll be traveling, like I said, to Washington tomorrow. It was a game I was going to go to until I realized that Ja Morant was out. So I, not going to touch that. But it might be a fun game tomorrow. I'll probably be looking towards the over in that game because I think Washington being the more – I'll talk about that game more tomorrow. But for this game, I did play Jared Jackson Jr. to go under his 26.5 points plus rebounds. I also played Michael Porter Jr. under his 15.5 points. And I do lean towards the under 222. And I did put the Denver Nuggets in a little 2-team money line parlay that I'll talk about in just a second. I actually just played this before the show started and didn't even give it out yet. But I did play them in that spot as well. Let's see. What else I want to talk about? I want to talk about the Knicks and the Hawks, and then the Heat and the Celtics. And then the only games I'm going to touch on. If anybody else want to, we can talk about the rest of the games. I do got, just some thoughts, some opinions. But I do want to talk about this Knicks and the Hawks game specifically. And I want to change my banner really quickly so that let's scroll. All right, cool. So let's get to Knicks and Hawks. This line actually opened at the Hawks laying 2 points at the crib. This will be, the first home game for them. We know that the Hawks typically do, well, in the past, they have turned up at the crib, specifically on Fridays as well. Let me just check that real quick and give you guys that number because this is something that kind of always sticks with me. If they're at home and the day equals Friday, last season they were 8-2 straight up, 8-2 against the spread on Friday specifically. One of those wins did come against the Knicks, 139-124. As currently constructed, though, and maybe it's just a home away thing, the Hawks did not look good in that first game. I know a lot of people, played the Hawks in that first game to go on the road and be able to beat Charlotte. I'm not high on the Hawks. I talked about this in the regular season. During the team previews, I think that this Hawks team is honestly not going to be that great in my estimation when you look at how the rest of the competition in the Eastern Conference kind of stacks up. So I'm not high on the Hawks. I do think, to me, it kind of feels like the Knicks are the right side in this game. What I wrote down was I think I looked at the Knicks last season when they were. Let me just see if I can pull it back up real quick. I looked at the Knicks last season when they were 3 point, when the line was like between 3, right? So they were either catching 3 points or laying 3 points. So really closely contested games. The Knicks actually were, and on the road specifically, the Knicks were actually 11-5 straight up and against the spread in that spot. So to me, I take the Knicks, but it's just a lean. I'm not really into playing a bunch of sides to start the season. I kind of want to see what the trends look like, what the patterns look like with a lot of these teams. So those are my thoughts there. The lean, we gotta at least look towards, to me, I would say Saddiq Bey, because we know that the Knicks play defense. This is going to be a drop. This is how we hit on Porzingis the other day. And I think Saddiq Bey could be that guy tonight. His threes are 1.5 minus 136. So it's a little bit of juice on FanDuel. But I think you take him at 3. I think you take him at 4. We know Atlanta wants to get up and down the floor. They want to push the pace. They're probably going to shoot the ball a little bit better. Saddiq played, I want to say, close to 30 minutes in game 1 when I was looking at that. So that's the way I play. That's the way I play this game. He also shot 4 threes as well. He only hit 1. He played 29 minutes. So I would be looking at Saddiq Bey props if I'm playing anything in this game. But no play for me officially. Lean Sadiq Bey over his threes. We'll probably do a small ladder just to sprinkle on the units. And then I would also be looking at the Knicks to win this game. Then the last game I want to get into, because I am about 25 minutes in, that gives everybody else about 30 minutes to talk and get their plays out. And I'll do a quick recap. The last game I want to talk about is this Heat versus the Celtics game. So this one, I think is going to be, a pretty. Why do I keep doing that? This one is going to be. I think this one is going to be a pretty good game. And I actually did a write-up for this on Ospedia earlier today. So this line actually opened. I think Celtics were laying like 7, 6.5, 7. I just want to make sure I get the number right. They were laying 7.5. The total in this one had went down to 217. It's up to 218.5 now. So we get a Miami team that kind of jumped out on Detroit in their season opener. They did win the game. I was on Tyler Hero points in that game. Loved the spot for him to go over his 20.5. He dropped the ball because he couldn't put the ball in the rim, even though he did shoot 20 plus times. So I love the spot for Tyler Hero. To me, I don't think this Miami team has enough to kind of hang with this Celtics team, but I'm also not interested in laying 8 with the Celtics at home. We know this is a revenge game. This is a revenge matchup for the Celtics. Of course, they lost Game 7 last season at TD Garden as well. Tatum, of course, rolled his ankle, I think it was, and was never the same. I want to say he finished with 13 points in Game 7. Eric Spoelstra, the mastermind that he is, just forced Jaylen Brown to go left, and he never could. But now you got some reinforcements. You got Drew Holiday on this team, who was also put out by Jimmy Butler last season. I really wanted to get there with the Celtics in the first half. I think the Celtics first half is going to be a lot of the looks that I like. To me, they seem disinterested in playing a complete game. And you also got to remember that they're a 3-point shooting team, and it's going to be some variance in there. So they're going to have a quarter where they get hot and score a lot of points. They also going to have another quarter where they don't play as well. But Drew Holiday being on this team, I'd love the addition of Porzingis. I think it's over 1.5 blocks, which was minus 135 when I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. Is another good look. I think he blocked 4 or 5 shots in Game 1 against the New York Knicks. And I think that he continues to be a good rim protector for them here. I think the Celtics are extremely motivated in this spot. I also think that the Heat play again tomorrow. So I don't like playing teams, that's on the first leg of a back-to-back. And I really wanted to get there with the Celtics first half. The line was just a tad bit too high for me at 4.5, though. But I do think it's a Celtic spot. And those are my thoughts on this game. I really like Tatum. I think his points prop is 27.5. I know that this total is low. I also like Jimmy Butler. Didn't play the under, and I kind of regretted that. Talked about it yesterday. His points prop is 23.5, but I also feel like you could just take Jimmy Butler PRA to go under. I'm just not big on playing people's overs, and I am big on taking people under when they're in a spot where they didn't play a lot in the preseason. So Jimmy, of course, didn't play any in the preseason, and he, of course, went under his player prop in game number 1. So I think he could continue to do that, especially with a low total. Pretty sure Drew Holiday probably licking his chops and can't wait to match up against Jimmy Butler tonight, and probably all of the Celtics. So that would be my thought in this game. Jimmy Butler to go under his 23.5 points. Kristaps Porzingis over his 1.5 blocks. And I do think that Tatum probably still finishes with 30 points just because he's on an MVP type journey this season. So I like Tatum tonight. I like Porzingis blocks. And I also like Jimmy to go under his points prop. So those are the games that I really kind of keyed in on. I do have some other leans that I'll talk to you guys about as other people kind of bring them up. But those are that's what I really wanted to share with you guys. Official plays, what I played segment of the show is at the bottom. I played Mark Williams double at plus 130. I played Cade Cunningham over his 29.5 points plus assists at minus 110. Michael Porter Jr. under his 15.5 points against the Denver Nuggets. Against the Memphis Grizzlies. And then Jared Jackson Jr. under his 26.5 points plus rebounds. And then I did parlay, going back to the Boston game, I did parlay. I definitely, please do not take that. I put in Memphis. I did not play Memphis. I played Denver. I'm sorry. I played Denver plus Boston on the money line tonight. I do like both of those teams to be able to win their games. I'm staying off the spread. But I do think Denver beats Memphis. I also think Boston gets it done in their season opener as well. That was a minus 110. I played it on Bet365. Didn't even get that one out yet. It was actually right before the show. So those are my 3 looks for today, man. I will say I do lean Orlando. I know it's not the greatest spot for them tonight. Traveling cross country, they played their first game and beat the Houston Rockets at home. Now they're having to travel cross country to play against the Portland Trailblazers in their season opener. But this line it did move from 2.5 to 4, and a lot of that money is probably coming in because I did see something that said Anthony Simons could potentially not play. He's been downgraded to questionable with a right thumb injury, and we know you can't. It's hard to shoot the ball if you don't got your thumbs right. If you have a hurt thumb, because you got to catch the ball, you got to shoot the ball. You get into a rhythm. So I think Anthony Simons is a big part of that team. And Orlando, I trust them defensively. I think Orlando is going to be a really, really good defensive team. That's what we saw in Game 1. So that's another lean, but I didn't get to the window there. So yeah, if you guys got questions, if you guys got plays, definitely send me a request. We got about 30 minutes exactly, and I'm gonna get as many people up as I possibly can. Shout out to my guy Richie Williams in the chat for joining as a member. I definitely appreciate you, Richie. Let me know if you have any questions. Shoot me a DM on YouTube. Shoot me a DM on Twitter. Try to get back to everybody as quickly as I possibly can. Let's see. Real quick, Coop says running back my Ben Simmons rebounds plus assists at 13.5 at plus money. With Claxton being ruled out, even the Nets beat writer alluded to Ben Simmons having some more opportunities to impact the game. Okay. No, I would agree with that. I would agree with that, Coop. I'm not big on Denver. I'm sorry. I'm not big on Dallas. I talked about that. So I think more opportunity for Ben. He should play well. Jokic over 9.5 assists and 12 rebounds. Bane over 2.5 threes. Okay. Somebody's on that. I was looking for Jokic double-double in the win, but you pretty much can't get it. You can take his 9 assists, his 10 assists over 9.5 plus the money line if you wanted to, and that should come out to be plus money, but it wasn't good enough for me to take. So I just parlay, like I said, the Denver money line with the Boston money line. Coop says if you're feeling frisky this Friday, Ben's double-double is plus 480, and that builds. And if you build out the triple-double, it's plus 5,000. Okay, it's a nice little moonshot play for the day. Ben's 10 points is the hardest part of the triple-double. Took it last game. Yeah, he doesn't really look to score the ball. Against smaller teams, though, teams that don't have a center, you would expect him to be a little bit more aggressive. And you're really not going to find a team that's too much smaller than the Dallas Mavericks. So, Lively isn't like the biggest guy. So you would think that he would want to attack there. Steve says free LeBron from minutes restriction. LeBron actually played a bunch of minutes. Darvin Ham sandwiches all over the place, man. He don't know what he's doing with LeBron. LeBron played like 35 minutes last night. I guess he finally figured he did want to win a game. So yeah, LeBron seems like he's free. The Live Stone says, Chris, no thoughts on Golden State Sacramento? I do have thoughts on Golden State Sacramento. I just don't want to dominate the show. I want to give other people a chance to talk. I think it's a Sacramento spot. Of course, they were eliminated last season. Steph hit 50 points in Game 7. Now you're without Draymond. And the Kings are a much better team, in my estimation, than this Golden State team. And they're young. Golden State probably going to get ran off the floor. I can see that happening tonight for sure. Sacramento team total over is something that I play. I'm not sold on Golden State quite yet, especially without Draymond. I do also think they just need a little bit more in my estimation. I think Golden State might make a trade before the season, for the trade deadline, like an impactful trade. We'll see what happens though. Especially if Clay is still going to be inconsistent from the 3-point line. Sacramento smokes the Warriors. Okay, we definitely agree there. I like the game over, not a side. Kings should win though. Would you lean first half Denver? I would not, Mark. I would not lean first half Denver. I think Memphis was one of the better first half teams in the league last season. I think Denver full game more so than first half, because to my estimation, coming off a loss at home for Memphis, you want to put your best foot forward. So you're probably going to try to bring it in the first half rather than waiting to the second half. So I think Denver full game would be the better play over the first half. But that's just my thoughts. Simon's out 4 to 6 weeks. I didn't even see that. Okay. What else? I'm trying to get through these. I didn't get your take on the Spurs and the Rockets game. I don't really have a strong take, Steven, on the Spurs and the Rockets. Not a game that I'm really interested in. Yeah, I think the Rockets are going to be better than they played in game one. And the Spurs are a hard team for me to kind of gauge. I will say Victor, could pick up foul trouble. I'm not playing Victor probably for the foreseeable future just because he could, kind of get in foul trouble. And I do think that the game probably goes under in my estimation because neither one of these teams are going to score consistently and from my perspective. So those are my thoughts. I didn't play the game though. Best of luck to whatever you do play. Denver and Boston money line, John Bell says. Yeah, that's what I played. What up to my guy Estat? He says, smash that like button. All 134 of you definitely helps. I appreciate you guys for doing so. What's up to my guy Tariq? Coop says Garland could be ruled out for rest. His hamstring injury, first leg of a back-to-back. So real quick, and I promise this is going to be the last thing I say. If Garland gets ruled out, you're already without Jared Allen. And we know what the Thunder do on the road as a dog. They're still a dog. They're 4-point dogs. I want to say the last time I saw they were 4-point dogs. That line is down to 3.5 on some books. Yeah, there's no way I would bet against OKC tonight. I know Denver is I know that Cleveland was a turn-up team at the crib last season, but OKC coming. They definitely coming. That's all I'll say because I do want to get to everybody else. But yeah, I would be looking at OKC plus the points. I talked about it in game one against Chicago, but didn't play it. And it was a smash spot. They absolutely crushed the Bulls. Not the same tier type team at all. So if I can get them plus the points, I really like that. All right, cool. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Love the comments. And I'll leave up my best bets at the bottom. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can tell if you like, or you can at least write them down. Let's go to YouTube. I'm gonna try to go in order of the people I saw requested. I know I saw Great White first. And I don't think Great White missed a bet yet. So I'm interested to get his thoughts. If we can kind of keep our analysis short, because there's a lot of requests, I want to get up as many people as I possibly can in the next 25 to 30 minutes. So let's start with Great White, and then we'll go, Stefan. Get my guy Finesse up. Monotone in here as well. Let's go, Great White. What's going on, my guy? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. Good, bro. Why you gotta jinx me like that, man?
What, man? I'm just saying, if you undefeated, you undefeated, my guy. I'm just calling, just throwing out numbers,
Yeah, appreciate the love, man. I appreciate it. All right, so to get things started, I know you brought up Ben Simmons. Let me bring up my notes really quick. All right, so yeah, I got Ben Simmons earlier over 12.5 rebounds and assists at minus 145. I like it over 13.5 also at plus money. I'm playing this, Ben Simmons obviously in his, only one game of the season, so small sample size again, only 22 minutes, but he had 10 rebounds and 9 assists. That's indicating that he's involved while he's in the game. We all know that Nick Claxton is out tonight. So the fact that he's out, Ben Simmons, he should have more rebounding opportunities for himself. So that's going to be my first play. Also, Ben Simmons in the preseason was one of the league leaders in assists. I know it's preseason, but the fact that he was that involved in the preseason indicates that offense is going to be running through him more this year. Next thing, Jamal Murray, under 4.5 rebounds. Murray enters, he only grabbed 2 rebounds in game one. We know that Jokic, Gordon, and MPJ, all three are going to be playing today. Murray in his last 10 regular season games on the road, dating back to last year, he was under this number 7 out of the 10 times. And in one of those games, he did play at Memphis without Aaron Gordon in that game, and he only had 3 rebounds. So I don't see Aaron Gordon getting into the paint that many times tonight to grabbing up to have rebounding opportunities. Those are going to be my 2 plays. And the fact that I do feel that the Celtics are getting a little bit too much love tonight. I'm a Heat fan. I don't think the Heat are going to win, but I think it's going to be a close game because this is obviously the game that both of them want. So that's one of the reasons why I think that he gave pretty much let go of the rope versus the Pistons because they were probably thinking about tonight's game. Other than that, that's all I got to say, bro.
Okay. I always like your take because you're very even kill on your your Miami Heat, bro. So I always like your take, Great White, and I appreciate you sharing the looks, man. Best of luck. I hope you stay undefeated. on the looks on the show, man, for sure. People been tailing and they've been cashing for sure. So appreciate my man, Great White, for coming through. Monotone, let's go to you, and then we're gonna go to my guy Finesse. I got YBB here. I'm about to get Sosa up, Stephen coming back. My guy Dream here, Canadian Cam. I see everybody. I'm gonna get all y'all up, man. Let's keep going. Let's go Monotone.
You doing, Chris? Appreciate the invite as always.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. What we looking at, Monotone? Talk to me, man. I know you got something unique for the people.
Yeah, it's still early on in the season, so I'm still easing in, obviously, in some of these weirder markets. First quarters, it's coming soon. But today I got 2 plays, kept it kind of simple. I like Dennis Schroeder over 5 assists at -112, and then I like Mark Williams over 9.5 rebounds, and then Mark Williams to have a double-double. I got in here kind of late, but I saw you were on the double-double at least as well, which is obviously great news. Definitely always want to be on the same page right there. That's a smash spot. Great matchup against a young secondary. He was very impressive in game number 1. 25 rebound chances is definitely something you want to take advantage of. It looks like it's going to be like that all year long. Obviously, the rebound distance is going to be very good in this one with 2 centers lacking any perimeter shooting. It just seems like a great opportunity, especially with the team that's been weak in the points in the paint category for a while. As for Schroeder, I think this is going to be an undervalued prop for a little while. An assist in his first game. In the post-game conference, he talked about his great relationship with their new coach, how they've kind of had a relationship for a long time. And I think people are undervaluing Schroeder. He's obviously had this contract stuff in the past, been kind of made fun of, but it seems like he's really taken over this starting point guard role. It's a tough scoring matchup as well against these Bulls guards, especially for a smaller guard in Schroeder, right? A guy like Caruso and then Carter off the bench is going to make scoring very tough. I think he's going to be in more of a distributing role today. So already saw 7 assists in game 1. I think we can get back to that mark in game 2.
Like it. I know. I think my guy, who was it earlier? My guy Mitch likes his points, rebounds, and assists. And there's some familiarity. I was doing a little bit of reading Monotone. That coach, I'm not too familiar with that coach that's in Toronto right now. But that coach is he's coached Dennis Schroeder before. I didn't even know that until I was doing some reading earlier. So I like the look. I like that look a lot, Monotone. Okay, 2 looks from Monotone. I like him.
Also, real quick one to say, I just sent it above. It hasn't been reported by Underdog yet, but JD Bickerstaff confirmed that Darius Garland is out tonight. So I took OKC plus 3.5.
Oh,
it's not been widely reported. I sent it at the top of the spaces, but just so you know.
Oh man, I'm about to go bet that with you. I gotta hide that. Okay, my guy, appreciate you, Monotone, for bringing the breaking news, man. It's something I probably would know if I wasn't doing a space right now. But it's hard to keep all this stuff going. Appreciate you for sharing that, Monotone. If you can get a 3.5, man, I'm gonna jump on that one. It won't be sent out to the chat just because I don't got time to do all that. But I'm definitely trying to get a 3.5. Appreciate you, Monotone. Let's keep going. Finesse is in the house. Let's go to Finesse, and then YBB. I'm coming to you. Dream about to get Sosa up as well. About to get Stephen up. Yeah, we getting all the guys up. What's up, Finesse?
What's going on, my brother? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Same old shit. Another day. So yeah, as always, I try to keep it quick. Piggybacking off what Monotone said, I'm also on Dennis Schroeder. I wanted to PRA over 20.5, and I took 25 plus PRA plus 250. Monotone kind of dove into the playmaking shit. I actually do think it's a pretty good spot for him to score. Individual defense, they do have individual defenders, like he said, like Caruso, Javon Carter, but I think the pick and roll game is going to eat this Bulls team alive, and I think that's going to be a common theme throughout the season. I think that team defense is very, very poor, and Vucevic in the pick and roll, I think, is a major liability. So I won't spend too much time on that. Monotone broke it down perfectly. I think he scores. I think he gets involved, facilitating. I think he's going to play a big role for this team. Kind of unexpected for me. His usage was insane in game 1. I think that tails off a little bit, but I think he steps in and continues to contribute for this team. So Schroeder over 20.5 PRA, 25 plus PRA. I'm also on the Nets plus 7.5, and I took the money line at plus 210. I think people are still a little sleepy on this Nets team early in the season, especially after dropping their first game. Obviously lost on a Spider game 1 and 3. Despite this, like I said, I'm high on this team mainly because of the defense. After last year's All-Star break, they were top 10 in defensive efficiency, top 10 in opponent points per game. and top 10 in opponent turnover percentage, which they kind of thrived on in the second half of the year. And that was all without Ben Simmons. Obviously, we know, say what you want about Ben Simmons, but, he's a game changer. Creates matchup problems for the defense, great passer, great rebounder, great defender. Brooklyn also has several guys that can score, right? Create their own shots, make threes. So I think that offense can do enough to complement the defense. On the other side, as far as the Mavs go, complete opposite. I'm not sold on that team. The defense was awful last year. I expect that to not really get much better. And the offense looks extremely inconsistent, extremely rigid at times still. Luka obviously working his way back. Look good in game one, right? I don't think condition is an issue, but 7.5, I just think is way too many points. Also, the trends are on our side with this one. Brooklyn has covered this line in 5 straight versus Dallas. Dallas was dead last in all 3 of these categories last season. 10, 26, and 2 against the spread after a win. 12, 26, and 3 against the spread at home. And 10, 23, and 3 against the spread as home favorite. So absolutely terrible there. So I think it's way too many points. I think Brooklyn rebounds after the opening game loss and wins this game outright as sizable favorite. So I'll take the 7.5. Give me the money line too. Jonathan Kuminga over 13.5 points and rebounds. I'm waiting for some old lines. I'm not seeing much, but I'm gonna play some old lines when they're available as well. Foul trouble, obviously, in the season opener, which has been an issue for him throughout his young career, but still managed 18 points and rebounds. Not playing that many minutes. I think he only played 20 minutes. Obviously, not afraid to be aggressive at all. Rarely sees a shot he don't like. Very consistently attacking the rim. Just a dynamic athlete. Both teams play at a fast pace. No Draymond. I'm expecting at least 25 minutes. If he doesn't, if he keeps his fucking hands to himself, should be a pretty decent game script. He's cleared this line in 14 straight games, dating back to last season with 25 plus minutes. So I think that if the minutes are there, I think he soars over this fucking line. And then I'm going back to Devin Vassell, over 2.5 threes. I put him in a little 3-point lane. I think it was last time I was on the show. I took him for 2+ threes. He only made 1 in 6 attempts, but I'm going right back to him. Like I said, 6 attempts in the first game of the season. As bad as the Mavs defense is, even better matchup versus Houston defense. Orlando, which is not even a team that shoots many threes, still attempted 34 threes in game 1, but they were just inefficient. I think we see that pattern kind of continue from last season. Both of these teams are going to play fast. Houston can't defend anybody. So I'm expecting 7 to 9, right around there, 3-point attempts, which I think should be enough to cover for this line. And it's plus money at plus 114. So, I'll take that. I'll take that all day. If he continues to struggle, then, I'll lay back. But if they're going to keep giving us this number at plus money, I'll take it. So Devin Vassell with 2.5 threes. Jonathan Kuminga over 13.5 points plus rebounds. High on the Nets tonight. And Dennis Schroeder over 20.5 PRA. Chris, I appreciate you. That's all I got for you.
My man, Finesse with the looks. He got the analysis. Boy, Finesse be writing Bibles about these plays, man. Gotta love my guy, Finesse. Appreciate you for dropping these off for free, Finesse. Definitely check out my guy in the Discord. And let's keep moving. Appreciate you, Finesse. Let's go to YBB. I know you've been waiting for a minute. Haven't heard from you this season yet. What's going on, YBB? Talk to me.
What's up, Chris? How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. It's good to hear from you, man. Hope everything well with you.
I've heard from you since last season, man.
I know, it's been a minute.
NBA season's just getting started, so I'm trying to still warm up to the season. There's one play that I'm going to focus in on. But real quick, I do want to talk about what Finesse mentioned. I'm a little bit lower on the Mavericks myself, so I really like his take on the Nets. And, as a Mavericks fan, I wouldn't even be shocked if the Nets went outright. But neither here nor there. I'm focusing on one game and one game only. It is the Grizzlies and the Nuggets. So we already talked about how you like the under. And before this number even came out, it actually opened at 224. So I agree with the line coming down to 221.5.
Mm-hmm.
But I still make this number 213.
Damn,
and
okay.
Here's a couple of trends that kind of support this. So Memphis, since the 2018 season, they're 36-8 to the under. Versus conference opponents that average at least 43 field goals made. So this goes all the way back to 2018. That's more than 80% hit rate. Beautiful stuff that you love to see. And those average totals are actually 225, and they're staying under by about 8 points per game. So I like that look. The Grizzlies in conference play since 2022, they're 37-21 to the under. So more than a 60% hit rate. Love to see that. And then just head-to-head matchups in general. Since 2017, at a 20-game sample size. The unders are 15-5. So I'm going to keep it short, cute, and sweet. I think it's going to be like a 109, 104 kind of game. But yeah, I like the under a lot in that spot.
My God, YBB, that might have been enough to just give me the ticket because I see some 221.5s is still available as well. So you don't have to take the 221. Like I said, it was 222.5 this morning when I capped it. And I didn't even look at the total. I just kind of looked at the number. I was like, okay, I like the under based on what I'm seeing. And yeah, that just sold me. So if you're looking for an under, and it does help that Memphis has to play tomorrow and they have to travel. It's a travel game as well. So I like that one a lot with you too, YBB. Love that number. What would you play it down to, YBB?
Well, I mean, I was hoping that people would expect like crackhead basketball to be played. So I was hoping to get like a large number, but I saw it come down. So I just thought, an entry now is probably best. But like I said, I make the total 213. That doesn't mean that I want to play it at 213. I think probably, 220 would be probably like good, but there's a difference between like a number that you make and a number you want to play.
That's a fact.
Play a number just because you make it something. You want it to be like an advantage, compared to what the books offer you. So, yeah, I like the under a lot in that spot. I'm not getting the best number, but I still like it above 220. So,
okay. YBB got an under. Okay, appreciate you stopping through and dropping that, YBB. Let me go to Dream. Dream up next, and then Cam. I'm gonna come to you. Let me get Sosa up. I know we're having some difficulties with getting Sosa up. Let me get Stephen back up as well, and get Godspeed up also. Godspeed, Black Throw up, definitely coming to you as well. Let's keep going, kind of rapid pace. YBB did a good job moving pretty quickly. So Dream, you up?
What's the vibes, my guy?
What up, Dream? Talk to me, man.
Can't complain, man. Had a good day yesterday, man. I hope anybody in here was able to tell that Giannis 2 blocks in a W for plus 500 I gave out in here. It was sweaty, but we cashed it, and everybody was on the rebound. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep it short, man. I got a bunch of straight bets, but you can look on my page, find those, and check out my channel. I'm gonna give out 2 blunt money bets. All right, around Robin 2s and 3s, Jalen Duren 2 blocks, Zubox a double, and Ben Simmons 8 assists. It's a plus 4,000. Around Robin did 2s and 3s. Love that. I'm heavy on Duren today. Duren, Mark Williams, and Usar. I'm heavy on them guys today. Love them all. And I'll give out a 2 levy. It's actually on my timeline, but I'll give it out in here. It's plus 980, and it's Usar. I think his last name Thompson. Basically, the twin from Detroit. He had 5 blocks his first game. Basically, didn't play the second half for whatever reason. Hopefully, he get a few more minutes this game. But give me the Rook from Detroit to get 2 blocks, and my guy Russell Westbrook to have a double as a plus 980. And I played them each separately as well. But yeah, that's what I'm on today, man.
Okay, Dream dropping his blunt money bets. I know you. You're not letting out all the excitement. I know you excited for having all these player props back, so you can get your blunt money bets in.
Empty in the clip. I got 7 plays tonight. We had a great night last night, man. But yeah, man, I'm letting that shit go.
My God. Speaking of letting it go, I see Godspeed in here too, and I know he had a great night and gave out about 20 plays yesterday in 2 games. So I definitely can't wait to hear what he got to say as well. So let's keep going. Let's go Stephen right behind Dream, and then we'll go Sosa, and then we'll go Cam. What's up, Stephen?
It's good, Chris. I'll keep the line moving. I'll be short. All my plays are on my page. So I'll give you my favorite ones. Couldn't agree more with you on the Knicks money line. I took that when it opened at plus 110. I know it's like kind of dropped, but the Knicks actually favorite. That's like -1, -2. My 2 favorites today, my favorite play today is Mitchell Robinson's rebound ladder, which I think is ridiculous value. It opened, I don't know what it is now, but it was 7.5 for -120. He's 5 of 7 to the line against Clint Capella in 7 career matchups. Last year, he had 10 boards and 12 boards in 2 matchups against them. And I just like the messaging from the team, how everyone's pretty pissed off how they tricked off that Celtics game. Like, it was right there. You have 6 points with 4 minutes. You got to finish that. You got to hit some free throws. So I really like him tonight also because of that. And I found a pretty ridiculous trend last year. Well, first off, game 1, Mark Williams smacked him up for 15 boards in 29 minutes against the Hawks. So that's 1. But a really pretty ridiculous trend, not to bore everybody with numbers, is Mitchell Robinson gets a lot of fouls and sits on the bench quickly. Everyone knows that. So last year, his last 12 games where he had 4+ fouls, the next game, his rebounds were 20, 12, 14, 14, 13, 13, 12, 12, 8, 18, 10, 10. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's one. My other favorite play of the day is Jalen Brunson, 29. I just think this Hawks defense is food. And also, he said the magic word today, which is I hold myself it's on my page. I hold myself accountable. I've got to be better. And last year, I didn't catch on too late, but I'm like, every time he said that, the next day, his points was assists. Like, he went crazy over that. So, love Jalen Brunson in a game tonight, against Trae Young. He'll be charged up. There'll be a lot of Knicks fans in that crowd. Those are my two favorite on the Knicks. And a pretty obscure one, I'll give this one out, but I thought it was obscure, so I'm going with it, is Luka Doncic's 2 steals at 210 on DraftKings. 5 career home openers, 2 steals in all 5. 5 of his last 6 against the Nets, 2 steals. Nets gave up 10 steals in game 1 of the season. So, and also Jacques Vaughn is a clown and doesn't know what he's doing. So he has like these weird rotations. Cam Thomas plays, goes crazy, doesn't play. Like, the team's as confused as we are. So those are like my looks for tonight.
Okay. Hey, Stephen, I like it, man. I like the looks a lot. You always going to bring the Knicks energy. You always going to tell us to fade them. You always going to tell us to play them. Could not talk you over this Mitchell Robinson. I think if you're doing a rebounds ladder, if you're doing just a rebound parlay in general, maybe you want to pick 3 guys and you want to, find a good spot. I do think Mitchell Robinson at 10 could definitely be a good leg to kind of start that off, Stephen, for sure. Absolutely. Appreciate you sharing the looks, my guy. Let's keep going. Let's go to Cam, and then we'll double back to Sosa and Godspeed. What's up, Cam?
Hey, what's good? What's good, everybody? Let's get into it. Honestly, I really appreciate the Raptors that's out here when it's not just me. I always think y'all don't watch them, but appreciate that. I'm on Dennis Schroeder too, so that made me smile. So I'm taking Dennis Schroeder over his points. Everybody kind of talked on it. The coach and him have a relationship, and it's been something we've seen throughout the preseason. Open Gym, I think it's the show over here that we watch on Raptors. They have a really good chemistry, and he loves them. And something that's going on with Raptors, they clearly just Fred was dead for his time out, so they just enjoy playing with him too. So the assist number I like as well because he is passing the ball. So PRA points, whatever it is right now, Dennis Schroeder's lines are all off. I said this the first day you did the first game, his lines were too low, and they still are. They probably will adjust at some point, but I took the points over 12.5. But I do like the PRA. I do like the assist numbers as well, for all the reasons people spoke about earlier. Scotty Barnes, for me, I'm on his block. I'm on his one block at minus 120. So Scotty Barnes has been on a defensive tear since the preseason started. And I know you don't want to put in a lot of stake in preseason, but it's also when you get a new coach, systems change, styles change. Scotty's playing the most minutes of any Raptor. We're sticking to that promise that he's our guy, and he's being left on the floor when Pascal goes out, and basically everybody else too. So he's been playing all over the map. And his last couple games, 22 and 4 blocks, 23 and 2 blocks, 17 and 5 blocks. One seems at minus 120 a bit easy right now. The way he's playing, he's actually hunted them down too. His stocks are at minus 145, which I think is a very strong parlay piece if you want to play. I honestly like a lot of Scotty Barnes' props tonight. I put some in a plus 800 parlay. If anybody wants to reach out for that, I won't give it out though because it's plus 800. I'm not as confident as Dream when it comes to that stuff. My next play is Jakob Poeltl and Cade Cunningham parlay together. So Jakob Poeltl over his 9.5 points, Cade Cunningham over his 22.5 points. That came out to plus 210. Really like it. You spoke on Cade Cunningham. I fully agree. His use is extremely high. I think we're going to see Cade Cunningham be who we all kind of thought he was this year, last year, but barring the injury. So I think we're going to see him become one of those top scorers in the league this year. And Jakob Poeltl typically owns Nikola Vucevic. Whenever he gets the minutes, the 9.5 is a pretty easy number for him to hit. I won't get into the averages, but he's averaging over 10.7, and that's in games even where he's only like 4 or 5 minutes. So I'm very confident of Jakob Poeltl getting over the 9.5 today. And then one kind of, I'm calling a long shot because it's plus 475. I took Derek Lively's double-double. Dallas didn't play any defense, I'll say that. But he's definitely the best big man from what I saw. I can't see a world where he just doesn't force his way on onto the court. And without Claxton, I really like the rebounds to get there, and for him to just stay on the floor. So I just like the plus 475. I thought that was wicked value for a guy. When I was watching him play, I watched that full Dallas game. I thought, there's no way this kid's not the starting center by like the next 10 games, if that. So yeah, those are my couple picks right there. I'll just go really quick over them. Is Dennis Schroeder over 12.5 at minus 115. Scotty to get a block, minus 120. Pirtle and Cade Cunningham points lines parlay plus 210, and then a little bit of a long shot. Derek Lively plus 475 for the double-double. I'm also going to tail out Mark Williams double-double. I love that play from everybody. That's a great look.
Yes, sir. Love the analysis there, Kim. Love that you're going to be here, hopefully for the most of the season, so you can keep me intact with what your Toronto Raptors doing. I did see Jakob Poeltl in a post-game, well, actually a post-practice report yesterday said he think that they could be one of the top five defensive teams in the league, and maybe that's true. We'll see how it goes. I definitely think that the under is going to be the best way to play your team this year, though, for sure. So appreciate the looks, Kim. Like those a lot, and hopefully we get some cash today. All right, let's keep going. We are at Sosa. Sosa is up next. Sosa, my guy. Sosa came in the other day and gave out KD double in the first game against Golden State, and that cash. Haven't heard from Sosa yet, but interested to see what your thoughts are tonight. Sosa, talk to the people. What you got?
Thanks for having me as always. Just all value for me today. I think spots where you can, with just plus money in general. For me today, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you good, Sosa. You loud and clear.
Cool. Got silence. I don't like silence. Listen, I also tweeted out these. As far as value, bro, we're gonna go with Jalen Duren, 12 and 14 rebounds, both for plus money. I know people are high on Mark Williams. When Jalen Duren put that elbow in his chest, he's gonna be breathing a little different. And I like Mark Williams, but I think both will have the game. But Jalen Duren's a big shot. You know what I mean? I think his stealing as a player is just out of this world. I don't think people really realize like he's supposed to be that size and not athletic. And then if he has any level of development to his game, he can be something crazy. So Jalen Duren, 12 and 14 rebounds. I got the 14 rebounds at plus 350. I also think Jaylen Brown, I see his number at 19.5. Still trying to figure out why. Maybe they think, I don't know why. But I played him up to 25 tonight as well. I think that's pretty value. 25 points at plus 240 coming off a shitter after getting paid $300 million from the city of Boston. Just saying. Yeah, just saying. Those fans are a little different. They don't like to see not perform well. So I do love Jaylen Brown. I feel like the world is on Ben Simmons double-double, but I'm part of the world tonight, man. Also, listen, if for anybody wondering why people are so high on the Knicks tonight, go look at the games Luka Doncic has played against Ben Simmons in his career. He's failed to score 20 points in all but one of them.
Oh, so strap up time tonight? Okay, Sosa.
I mean, I'm a Sixer fan, so you know I'm locking Luka up a bunch of times.
That's a fact. Okay.
Luka struggled against Ben Simmons before. And then also the revenge angle for Kyrie. I like his three tonight. Didn't go great. But here's my banger of the night, my favorite play. In game one, me and T Slick found Victor Wembanyama 5 assists at plus 2,000, right? We're gonna go with Victor Wembanyama over 3.5 assists at plus 400. It might not be at the same price anymore, but I think that's one part of his game that people kind of sleep on. I don't think people understand. Like he had 7 or 8 potential assists in the first game, and that was time, right? Like he had a bunch of passes, and he also turned the ball over 7 times, which if you guys follow him, it's relatively uncharacteristic considering how skilled he is for his age, right? So we're running back to 4.5 assists. That's at plus 800, and the 3.5 is at plus 400. So again, I think that we're gonna continuously learn more and more about Victor Wembanyama as the season goes along. And one thing about Popovich that people are going to learn fast is he doesn't tolerate players that can't pass or doesn't play efficient all-around basketball. DeMar DeRozan, the biggest mistake that he's ever made is leaving San Antonio. Because San Antonio turned him into the most efficient embodiment of his game. He literally became a 10 times more efficient player under Popovich, left, and now his games returned to the means, returned literally right back to the exact same value he was in Toronto. One thing about Popovich, he's not going to let you not be an all-around player. Wemby is going to be one of them ones, not just from one standpoint. He's going to be a special talent because the coach that he has is going to force him to be like that. So that's all I got.
Nah, that's a fact, so I was just letting you go, bro, because I agree. I absolutely agree. I agree with it all. Popovich definitely gonna get the most out of you. If you think you're a scorer, Popovich gonna make you a scorer and a passer. He gonna make you a playmaker. So I would agree. So I would definitely agree.
He took a 5-year extension at 75 years old.
I was about to say the same thing, bro. Hey. Hey, bro, Popovich might not retire until Victor Wembanyama leave the league, and that could be 25 years from now. So, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I love the looks by Sosa. Man. Definitely, interesting way to find, the value of Victor Wembanyama because everybody just want to be on his points. Everybody want to be on his rebounds, that type of thing. So, love the looks for Sosa. Let's keep going. Let's kick it to Godspeed. And then Black Thor, I got you up as well. Everybody that's still requested, I'm gonna do the little quick, 30-second round after we get done with Godspeed and get Black Thor up. Everybody else gonna get it like 30 seconds to kind of because I see people been waiting for a second. I'm trying to get up as many people as possible, but I gotta jump off here. So let's go Godspeed and then go Black Thor and then we'll do a rapid round as well. What's up, Godspeed?
Yeah, it's good, bro.
How you doing, man?
I'm great. I mean, after yesterday, I'm great, man.
I was gonna say, hey, congratulations on the cheddar, man. What you liking today?
I believe 7 plays and 6 of them hit. I missed on KD assist because the Lakers couldn't stop them, and that's that. Deal with it, but it's all good. We're gonna keep firing today. I'm gonna give out just 3 plays today. DeAndre Hunter over 12.5 points. I got that at -115 on FanDuel. He's had 20 points in all 3 games last season versus the Knicks. For some reason, he kills them. And also, for some reason, they have Brunson guard him. And that's a strong advantage for DeAndre Hunter. He can go to the mid-range and shoot right over him. So I put a half a unit on his 12.5 and a quarter on his 20 at +600. My next play is Derek White over 1.5 3-pointers. I put a half unit on that. Last season, a lot of you guys know I was a Brogdon Warrior on the road and Derek White at home. For some reason, that's how it went. But Derek White has hit 2 3-pointers in 11 out of the last 11 games versus Miami. Miami gives up a lot of threes. We know that. And I want to say 5 out of the last 6. He actually had 3 3-pointers. So I put a quarter on his 3 at +300 as well. And my last play that I'm gonna give out is De'Aaron Fox. I took his 3-pointers at 1.5 at -130, buying a little juice, but he averaged 2.6 3-pointers made versus Golden State. He's covered that in 9 out of the last 10 games versus them. And 5 out of the last 7, he had 3 3-pointers made on an average of almost 8 attempts. For some reason, he's not going to shoot with Steph and Clay. He's not going to be able to do that. But people like to try to shoot with them. And that's probably why his volume is so high versus Golden State. And we know the Sacramento offense, it wakes up at home. It's going to be rocking. They're trying to light the beam tonight. And I'm expecting De'Aaron Fox is probably going to look like a first-half cash. I'm hoping for some first-half cash on all 3 of those props for the base at least. And if y'all want any of my plays, I'm still dropping plays. I'm waiting on a few more lines to drop, and I got some other stuff on my page. So check it out. Let's keep cashing.
My God, Godspeed. Appreciate you dropping the looks. Derek White, De'Aaron Fox, over 1.5 threes, and DeAndre Hunter over 12.5. Love the looks, Godspeed. Best of luck to you tonight. Stay hot, my boy. Let's go. Hey, I saw Dream put his hand up. Dream, let's go back to you real quick, and then we go kick it to Black Thor, and we'll do the 30-second quick round. What up, Dream?
Well, somebody said that Simons is out.
4 to 6 weeks just got reported, Dream.
Yeah, I was just, I would never. But I was just looking at DeAndre Ayton. 14 and a half seems a little crazy, especially considering that Henderson struggled game one. I'm a big Scoot guy, but he struggled. And he's got Jalen Suggs as well as Fultz defending him, so he might struggle as well. So after that, I don't know who else you have to score besides Shadane. So yeah, just was looking at some other shit. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay. Appreciate you sharing that, Dream. Real quick, Alan Chandler or just added me on Twitter. He said Victor Wembanyama, you actually can get his 2.5 assists. He said the line on DraftKings right now is plus 135. That might be a steal type look for I know Sosa just talked about his 4 assists being plus, I think he said 400. But if you just wanted to get the 3.5, just for him to get the 3 assists, you can get it at plus 135 on DraftKings. Sounds like something that might not be a bad play at all. All right, let's go Black Thor. Black Thor, talk to me, man. What's going on? How you doing? And congratulations on your money that Kelly Oubre made you yesterday.
Hey, shout out to Kelly Oubre. Real quick, I'm running with you and Kate Cunningham. I stayed up until you can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. Loud and clear.
I stayed up last night until this game came. It should be a real good scoring with a lot of value. Just one official today. I'm riding into Sacramento and Golden State. We're going to do another ladder with Keegan Murray. 2.5, 2.5, 4, and 5. I got 2.5 at, hold on 1 second. Minus 110. We got 4 at plus 240 and 5 at plus 600, man. Always trying to find the value with the role players with high volume shooting. Expect this game back and forth. I think the King is going to give the Warriors the business. And that's it, man. Appreciate you as always.
Absolutely, Black Thor. Absolutely. I wanted to check those odds real quick. Let me just see if I can pull them up and see what I can get them at real quick on for Mr. Keegan Murray. So I can get 4-3. I can get 4 threes. Oh Lord, these terrible. 4 threes at plus 215, 5 threes at plus 500, and then 6 threes at plus 1125. That's a little too much in your second game of the season, but I like the look. I definitely like the looks, Black Thor. Appreciate you for dropping those as well. All right, let's speed it up real quick. I'm gonna bring up a couple people that's requested. If you could drop what you got in about 30 seconds, it'd be greatly appreciated. Justin, let's start with you, and then we're gonna kick it to my guy Greg. What's up, Justin?
What's up, fellas? What's up, Chris? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, dude. Hey, Justin, you came in yesterday and was on Toronto, right?
Yes, sir. The other day, they took that W over the T-Wolves.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, that was 2 days ago. Hey, congratulations on that, Cash. Appreciate you sharing it, man. What you liking today?
So we're actually fading the T-Wolves today. We're rolling with the Bulls minus 2. Toronto's a completely different road team, and they struggled against this matchup 3-8 straight up, and ATS their last 11 at Chicago, and they have a 2-7 straight up record their last 9 road games. As well, the Bulls covered the last 5 straight up and against the spread. But here's the key stat: since 2022 in February, when the Raptors allowed less than 100 points and were not more than 3-point dogs, they're 0-7 straight up, 0-11 against the spread. The Bulls need a bounce back win. They already had a team meeting, so things are in turmoil. Expect them to get the dub tonight. Lastly, just real quick, I took the Knicks plus 1.5. The spread moved dramatically, but the key stat is the Hawks ain't that good of a home team. 18-22-1 ATS at home last year. The Knicks were 26-14-1 on the road. And also last 15, 10-4-1 Knicks ATS. So Knicks going to get the job done. Bulls minus 2. Let's get this money tonight, fellas.
Hey, let's cash tonight, Justin. I like your energy, bro. I like your energy a lot, man. And yeah, you're probably right. You're probably spot on, Justin. Appreciate the analysis, man. And I hope you cash these plays for sure. I do lean Bulls. I heard about the team meeting. Of course, I didn't break it down on the show, but because just for time purposes. But I could definitely see the Bulls, bouncing back. And Toronto turned up a little bit after getting their head coach their first win of the season as well, first win of his career. So I like that look a lot, Justin. Best of luck, bro. I hope you cash.
Best of luck. Have a good night, fellas.
Absolutely, you too. You as well. Greg, let's go, Greg, and then let's go, Sin. And Hustle. I'm gonna get you up as well. What's up, Greg?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm good, bro. Talk to me. What you liking?
So firstly, I took the Spurs money line. I think just to make it quick and short, they really use that Collins. They got Wemby. They're bigger down low. Scoon can't handle them, and they got dynamic shooters outside, and they got a lot of energy. They're at home, and there's a reason why the NBA moved that game to NBA Network. They're gonna be that building's gonna be jumping again, so they're excited for him.
So I also did Del Toes on that ladder. That's good. Good look by him. And then the other one is that's a half unit, and then I got the Clippers money line for a full unit. Basically, Ty Lue, he if you go back and look at preseason, he made them work. Like there are videos of them complaining about how much they had to run. So I think people's altitude theory is out the window today, and I think a veteran Clippers team that has big and top 5 defense that even said they were, and Paul George when he said that he shut down Scoot Henderson. So I think that they're coming to play. They're coming to be ready. They're healthy this year. Give me them as well tonight.
Okay. I like it. I like both of those. Look, I feel like we all kind of agreeing, man. Like everything feel like I definitely agree with your looks, Greg. And I hope you cash them, bro. I'm not on all of them officially because I don't want to, give out too many plays. I'm not playing too many plays either because I try to tune in to lock into a couple of games. But definitely like the analysis, Greg, and agree with you there. Hustle, we'll kick it to you, and then Sin, I'm gonna come to you. What's up, Hustle?
What's the deal? Real quick, I got Seagoon double. That's my favorite play. Have a couple other plays in the Discord, so if you want those, just hit the link in my bio. Check me out. It's free. Seagoon double.
What you get it at, Hustle?
I got it at plus 105.
Okay.
But I'm seeing now it's different everywhere. I've seen it go to like minus 113. But yeah, so I got it a little bit of plus money. And also, I'll throw in another one. Anytime I can get Joker plus money for a triple-double, I'm taking that too. So I got Joker for a triple-double as well.
Joker for a triple-double
plus 120.
And Sengun for a double-double. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I couldn't talk you off of that at all. I think Sengun gotta bounce back. He's still plus money right now, just for people that are interested. He's still plus 105 on FanDuel. Those are the best odds I see right now. Everywhere else, it is just a little bit of minus money, minus 105, minus 115, minus 113. So appreciate the looks. Also, hope you cash them, bro.
No problem.
All right, let's go to Sin. Sin sent me a request. He said, "Chris, give me up, man. Let me speak my piece." So Sin, first time on the show, man. Hope you're doing well. Talk to the people. What you liking for tonight?
I'm doing good. So for tonight, right now, what I'm looking at, what I posted and played, Jalen Duren over 10.5 rebounds. I got it earlier in the morning at plus 104 on FanDuel. We all know Duren is a big unit, but on both sides of the glass. Charlotte struggled with centers grabbing rebounds all last year, and Clint Capella just had 13, 6 of them were offensive, and he had 23 rebound chances. It should be a big night for Duren on the glass. And then I also got Trae Young under 2.5 3-pointers made at plus 100 on DraftKings earlier in the day. I just think Trae Young has not played good against the Knicks last year. I think that trend is going to continue. He's going to have to fight against Grimes. He's going to have to fight against Hart, DiVincenzo. Even if Jalen Brunson switch on him, I think Jalen Brunson can hold his own too. So defensively, they'll put all the pressure on him and make him do what he does best: pass the ball or turn over the ball. So those are pretty much what I like for tonight. And then I do want to say, if any of you guys like Chinese basketball, CBA, Australian basketball, check out my page. I'm also posting 2 spread picks in my Discord, my link in bio, for the rest of the night as well.
Okay. Absolutely, Sam. Appreciate you for dropping through, man. In my life, I know a couple players that's over there from high school, from college, but appreciate that, man. Appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, just trying to make a little extra change.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate it. I know China are crazy too. Their time difference is 12 hours. I've been to China once, and it's crazy over there. Betting Monster, my guy. First time I'm hearing from him all season. Pretty sharp guy. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Close us out, Betting Monster. You're gonna be the last person on for tonight. What's going on?
What's going on, Chris? Shit, NBA is back, man, and it's time to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave a spot, a play that I'm on, but I want to get your thoughts on something because you're a real sharp guy, man. Listen, we got a rematch tonight, going back from last year. It's the same team that put them out the playoffs, and the Heat up against Boston. I'm looking towards Boston first half minus the 4.5. What's your take on this matchup?
Hey, that was my to be completely honest with you, Betting Monster, like put my hand on the Bible. That was my first. That was my top play of the day. I absolutely love that because for one, you got the playoff revenge. For two, in my estimation, Miami got worse. Boston got better. Boston at home, first home game. Then you throw in the added component of Drew Holiday being there. Last time we saw Drew Holiday before the season ended, he was getting cooked by Jimmy Butler when he dropped 42 on him in Game 5 in Milwaukee. So I think they're gonna be licking their chops for this game, man. I thought the spread, I thought I would be able to get them at 2.5, maybe 3.5, but I didn't want to lay the 4.5. Boston, to me, Betting Monster feels like they're gonna be a team. I talked about this at the beginning of the show where you're gonna be able to make a lot of money them betting them in the first half because their offense is so elite and it's really hard to keep up with them being able to score. Right. I think they just kind of take their foot off the gas because they get kind of disinterested in the game sometimes in the second half. So if I'm playing them Betting Monster, I'm definitely playing the first half. I think Miami, first leg of a back-to-back, they're in a bad spot. So I didn't play it, but I absolutely love that spot for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. I haven't got to the window yet with this play, but I think I'm going to pull the trigger. Listen, it's a lot to me that lean toward Boston for one. This is the same team that really embarrassed you last year, even though y'all did come back and win a couple games, but they still knock you out. This team have embarrassed you, and then not even that, they did it in your house. I mean, we seen them do it in Game 1 and Game 2 last year in the playoff. Jimmy Butler was talking trash. I think this team I got better with a Drew Holiday that can, run the floor and set those shots up for those two guys on the backcourt. You got a Porzingis down there in pain. We seen what he did the other night up in Madison Square Garden. This team looked like they trying to get back to the same team that they was when they was in the Final Four playing defense. I think Miami Heat is not going to be this year. I just don't think they're going to be as stout as they were. I think last year they shocked a lot of people on what they did. A lot of key players got hurt during the postseason, and those those walk-on players just played out of their mind. I don't see that happening this year, so I'm gonna get to the window on Boston first half. I'm not laying the full number because I'm not gonna never disrespect Eric Spoelstra like that at that number. It's just I can't do it. I don't learn not to do it, so I would not do it. So it's an in and out with me, Boston first half. But play that I'm on right now for the night, my only play that I'm on, and I'm gonna keep fading this team for a while. And this is the Portland Trailblazers. Listen, it's gonna take time for Chauncey Billups to get this team in jail. You talking about a whole new team, really? I mean, you brought over Malcolm Brogdon, you got DeAndre Ayton. You just got a lot of new pieces. You just got in Scoop Henderson from college. So it's just gonna take time for them to get in rotation and get their chemistry. And now they're going up against a team who last year, same chemistry. This team is doing the right thing in the East by building through the draft with Orlando Magic. And I just like what I'm seeing. I like what I seen out of them last year. And I think they're going to go into Portland tonight and just destroy them. Now, the only thing that scares me a little bit is Orlando's one of those teams they used to playing at 7 o'clock. This is going to be a late game. But since the season just started, I think right now, all these teams, especially these young players, they're going to be so energized to just play basketball because they haven't played it in a while when you're dealing with young teams. And I just think that they go in there tonight, and I think they beat Portland.
Hey, that's another one. We line up well, Betting Monster. I'm right there with you. And just to your point, right, because I was thinking the same thing. I said it's kind of a sleepy spot for Orlando having to travel from Orlando. And, you're paying a tax just because of how bad they beat Houston the other day on opening night. But I still just feel like they're the better team. I know, Portland, recency bias is going to tell us Portland got smacked. That the Magic, won by 20, 25 points against Houston. So I didn't really like that. But if you go back and look at the continuity of this team, a lot of those players stayed the same for Orlando. Everybody feel like they got better. I talked about Orlando and how they're going to make his money this season. Paulo Banchero played, a lot of FIBA basketball. He was working out with KD when he wasn't doing that. They just have a lot of chemistry. And like you said, hot take, Betting Monster, I don't know if Chauncey's going to be the coach to actually get these guys to be there. I think Chauncey might end up getting fired.
He may not, but he will be the coach for tonight.
Right.
I don't know if he'll be the coach. I don't know if he'll be the coach moving forward. And I'm gonna say this before you close it. Me personally, I'm not a fan of Chauncey Billups. I'm just not. I respect his game, but for him being a head coach, I just think you're gonna have to get another type of coach in there for all those young guys, because it's not like Portland don't have no nice players. They got the pieces. You just gonna have the right type of coach that can get those guys together, that can develop young players. If they had a coach like an Eric Spoelstra, that would be great. We know he can develop young players. I don't know if Chauncey Billups can. Time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Magic is going to be eager to get in there and just play ball. And I look for the Magics to go. I know they laying 4 tonight, but I think they cover this spread. Even if they start off slow in the second half, I think the Magics will take off. That's why I'm not playing them first half. I want them on the 4 game. Give me four quarters with Orlando. I think they're going to be the better team. They're the much better team, the much superior team, and they've been together for a couple full seasons because they've been drafting the right way. This Portland, and we did see the other night when they played the Clippers, they did put up 38 in the fourth quarter, but I mean that game was kind of out of whack.
I was gone. It was done. It was done, Betty Monster. It was absolutely over. They were down by 30 at that point, and the Clippers pulled their starters with 15 minutes left. I was on the under in that game, and it didn't cash because of that 38-point fourth quarter when they didn't care about it anymore. So I'm with you.
Yes. So I just think that Orlando take off in this game. Like I said, if they don't take off early, they will take off in the second half. I think Orlando, once they take off in this game, I think it's going to be too much for Portland because those guys have that gel right. And we seen this last night without a Booker in that lineup down the stretch with Kevin Durant, with certain guys were supposed to be certain spots on the court, and they wasn't there. It was a lot of turnover because those guys, they wasn't gel. They wasn't their chemistry. Phoenix lost 15 players. So you got a bunch of new players on the roster. They got to get that chemistry together.
That's a fact.
And that's why I think Orlando will prevail tonight and cover that spread.
Yeah, one more thing real quick, Betty Monster. I love the breakdowns. I agree with you on both of the looks. I looked up real quick the Magic when they were on the road last season, and specifically in non-conference games. So when they had to travel to the Western Conference because they do play all the way, at the bottom, far east, southeast as you can, possibly go in Orlando. They actually finished 11-3-1, 78.6% last season against the spread when they were on the road against non-conference opponents. So that's even, another factor to kind of go into that as well. So I like that. I like that look a lot better, Monster. Maybe I'll get there depending on how my night goes, because that is one of the later games for tonight. Appreciate you being on the show, man. I need you to come back because I love chopping it up with you.
Hey, Chris, I will real quick. Let me ask you this real quick. I'm not on this game. I just want to get your thoughts real quick. I know you got Warriors and Sacramento. I know this is a big game. Who you like in this game?
It's got to be Sacramento. That's the only way I could play it. I think they like Naveen tonight. Golden State. I don't want to disrespect Golden State. I'm never gonna count out Steve Kerr. Clay got something to prove, especially after shooting the ball so poorly in that season opener. And we know Steph's the best 3-point shooter we've ever seen in my life, probably in anybody's life. So I don't want to discount them, but it does feel like a king spot for me being back home. I think that they have just a little bit more experience. Right, because last year they were kind of like the Memphis Grizzlies from 2 years ago. So now you bring everybody back. I think they they blew the Jazz out the other day, got them out the way. Now they come back home and they got to have this game circled. Losing Game 7, Steph give you 50. You got to be looking forward to this matchup tonight. So I do like the Kings tonight. I didn't get there, didn't play it, but that's the way I'd be looking, Betty Monster. What you think?
Okay, I agree with you.
Okay,
man. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. What's up, Justin?
Hey, just real quick, I just want to say Cam Johnson was out tonight, so just who's ever betting that game, keep that in mind. But also keep in mind the Mavericks are the second worst home team against the spread from last season.
Oh, I'm glad you remember. I'm glad you mentioned that. I totally forgot about that.
Real factors in there. Just want to throw the Cam Johnson injury out there.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he wasn't going to play. So Cam Thomas points, I feel like we got to take that to the moon. Real quick, last thing I'm gonna do before I close out the show, I just want to give you guys the number. Cam Thomas points are, they're up to 18.5, only available on FanDuel. So people are, smashing this one. You probably could take them at 20 if you want to get plus money, but 18.5 right now is available only on FanDuel. It looks like PointsBet had them, like I said, available at 12 and at 14.5 earlier today. So that's up 4 points. I appreciate you for bringing that news in, Justin, because I'm not able to, really monitor the injury report as I'm doing the show. man, this is great. This is a great community. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, everybody dropping knowledge, whether it's an injury update, some kind of angle like Justin just said, with Dallas being one of the worst home favorite teams as far as laying points from last season. I absolutely forgot about that. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, man, for just stopping through, listening to the show, hitting the thumbs up button for me, rocking with me, all my speakers, everybody contributed to the show. Tomorrow, we do have a pretty nice slate. I haven't jumped into tomorrow yet. We got 3, 6, we got 7 games tomorrow. They don't start until 7:10. Hopefully it's not a lot of injury report manipulation, and we can, really, I'll jump into these games tonight early in the morning. And like I said, turn the notification bell on, man, so you guys know when I do go live. Not sure if it'll be a Twitter part of the show tomorrow or not. Typically on the weekends, I just kind of give you guys my looks. But like I said, turn the notifications on, man, so you guys know when I go live on Twitter and on YouTube. If you want to join my membership, it's only $5.99 a month. The link is over on YouTube. So if you guys want to support that way, you can. If not, all my plays are at the bottom. The only difference is you get them as soon as I play them versus waiting until the show. Tonight, just a recap, what I played: Mark Williams double-double in that first game, plus 130. Cade Cunningham, over 29.5 points plus assists. Michael Porter Jr. under his 15.5 points plus 15.5 points. Jared Jackson Jr. also to stay under his 26.5 points plus rebounds. And then I did do a small parlay with the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics at a minus 110. All of those plays are half unit plays. I'm not going crazy at the beginning of the season. Just want some action. Not trying to make a ton of money at the very beginning of the season. Just want to kind of fill it out. So best of luck to everybody. Like I said, appreciate you guys for stopping by. Catch you guys tomorrow. I'm out.